Hi, it's Ashley here, and let's disciple together. So today I was going to do a quick review of our scripture memory system. Here it is in our little box here. So I've got just a plain little box from Amazon. I can link that below. And it does have some tabs. We've got a daily tab, an odd even, the Sunday through Monday tabs, and finally in the back here, we've got the days of the month, 1 through 31. Basically how this works is that each tab has one scripture behind it. Under the daily, we've got the one that we're learning right now. Under odd and even, these are the ones that are going to require a little bit more review. So the ones we've learned most recently, more than likely. Then under the weekly days of the week, we've got one verse there as well, one and only one. And then finally, under the dates of the month, this is where all the scripture memory cards come to rest. And so, for instance, under number 1, we actually have 2 verses now, because we've been at this for a little over a year now. So with our kids, we have amassed quite a collection of verses through school and church and Awana and college, those types of things. And so we've got quite a full box. You can see here, I do have some nice little cards that were printed off from church, for instance. So these ones, but more than likely, it's just a little recipe card. Very simple, but it does the trick. And then in the evenings, we actually do this after supper because we have a great habit of eating supper together. So we don't need to worry that somebody's going to be off at a sports event or things like that. We don't have that habit in our house. So it's an easy place that we can add this habit, a daily habit every day, right after supper's done. And before dessert, we get the kids to do the scripture memory box with us. Sometimes we'll take a short hiatus, for instance, at Advent, and we talk about some Advent devotionals instead of our scripture memory. But then starting in the new year, we got right back into the swing of things. And it only takes less than 5 minutes. So what we do is we pull out the box, and if you're trying to get your kids on board with this, every once in a while you could pop maybe a couple little candies or treats or some other kind of a fun reward in there, some new coloring pencil crayons or something. And every once in a while they might find a fun little treat in here, a fun little surprise. But to review these, it just takes less than 5 minutes, like I said. We first go to our daily scripture. We review that one. And again, we're just doing them, speaking them out in a nice, clear tone with good intonation, things like that. We don't want to be sounding like robots doing this. We're trying to make it sound like we're speaking the words. And try to do that without reading the card, of course, because that's the whole point of it. Then we move along to whether it's an odd or an even day. We only review whether it's odd or even. Finally, we go to the day of the week. So Friday, for instance, we'll pull out our one Friday card. And then we get to our date of the month. And for instance, under number 3, I have 2 scripture memories. So we'll do those 2 and then we're done. We pop it away until the next day. Reviewing on such a regular basis does help to get those scriptures into the long-term memory. And of course, we always speak the reference. So where that scripture is found in the Bible, usually I'll get them to do it at the beginning and the end so that it really affirms and we can really find where things are. I hope that blesses you and gives you something great to think about, maybe something that'll work in your household as well. Well, until next time, let's stay in touch to discover, disciple, and transform together.